Everyone, like I said in my last video that we're going to talk about triglycerides, so here I am. Let's talk about triglycerides today. Yeah, what are triglycerides? What are the functions of triglycerides, as in what does it do in the human body? What are the normal or acceptable level of triglycerides in the blood, and what is it that we can do to maintain the triglyceride levels? Now first, triglyceride is a form of fat. So 1 unit of glycerol and 3 units of fatty acids is what makes a triglyceride. Now further, these triglycerides are basically packed in lipoprotein, and then they travel through the blood, and then it gets released to the cells as and when there is a need of energy. Yeah. Now sometimes when the cells do not need it and there is triglyceride in the blood, it then goes to the fat cells and gets stored because it's a form of energy. Now let's look at this example where the cells do not need triglycerides, or the cells do not need energy, and hence it gets stored to the fat cells, and there are still more and more triglycerides coming. Is when there's a problem. So it would be flowing through the blood. It could then form a plaque. Let's say if it's in the heart artery, then we say that there's a blockage, and if it's in the brain region, we say so and so person's got a stroke. Now this is only because of these triglycerides which are getting stuck. Now once it is stuck near the artery wall, then it attracts a lot of substances which are flowing in your blood, and thereby the flow of the passage of the blood becomes narrower, and that causes blockage. So which is why it is very, very important to maintain a permissible limit of triglycerides in the blood. The function is typically providing energy, but if it's in much more quantity than required, then it is going to cause a lot of problem. The first thing that we know is coronary artery disease, which is to do with your heart health. Yeah. Now what are the limits? What are the permissible limits? So anything under 150 milligram per deciliter of blood is what we say is permissible when it comes to triglyceride. Around the 200 range is borderline high, and more than that is high. Yeah. So we need to make sure that we're managing the limits pretty well, because triglycerides are what can create a lot of havoc in your health. How do you check? A simple lipid profile, a cholesterol test will reveal the number of triglyceride in your blood levels. Now what causes it? If I were to put it in the simplest form, it is basically the overeating, the overconsumption of food. So whether it is the junk food or the processed food or the nutritious food for that matter, if you're overeating, eventually it is going to convert into energy and triglycerides. So one, you need to definitely control your portions. You definitely need to make sure that you're not eating unnecessarily, you're not eating out of boredom, you're not eating just for time pass or emotional eating. The other thing that you need to make sure is and alcohol has a very, very potent effect on triglycerides. So if you're somebody who has high triglyceride levels, please say a big no to alcohol. The other thing is you need to completely stop all sorts of processed food, because that so let's say if you're eating nutritious food, at least it's going to make your body work a little bit and then get converted into energy. However, if you're eating something which is very refined or processed or junk, it immediately goes and converts into energy, and thereby there is abundance of energy which is not required in the body, and which is going to get converted into triglyceride, get stored in fat cells and create problems. So make sure that you're eating a lot of complex carbohydrates, very good amount of fiber, avoiding the refined oils and the refined foods. Make sure that you're working out, especially when you're working with high triglyceride levels. Cardio can really help you a big way. So make sure that you're working out, eating the right kind of food, and if you are above 20 years of age, make sure that you're checking your triglyceride levels once in a year. Any specific questions, put them in comment section, or put them on my Facebook page. I will get back to you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. We'll talk again. Bye bye.